right. Hey Desiree, what is up? It's all being screen recorded right now. Hold on, let me just load some articles in real quick. Oh, duh. Things are good. Still a bit how do you put it? Hold on real quick. Open this browser. Perfect. All right. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I finally finished like the what do you call them, the melodies with the song that I'm writing right now. Oh, thank you, Jesus Loves Virgil. But yeah, I just finished the song I'm writing, and now it's just a matter of getting it recorded and produced. Thank you. We appreciate that. All right, real quick. Sapphire, Young Sean. Okay. Yeah. This is it's I never worked with a producer like this before. He said just make a vocal line first and then send it to him, and then he's gonna throw all the elements in the song with the vocals. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I don't know how it's gonna sound. But another buddy of mine sent me a track already to throw lyrics on, and I'm so thankful, really. Childhood friend of mine, but yeah. Anyway, welcome everybody. Welcome. Like it says up here. It's like it says up here. It's spooky season. Share your ghost stories and follow my IG, Samael Nocturne. Now I'll be changing this username pretty soon too. I can't change it until the 26th of July. So, but yeah, I also did hear from someone that worked at Spirit Halloween that it's gonna open on August 9th to select stores near you. Thank you for the follow, guys. Mint Candle, thank you. Jenny, thank you. All right, guys. So, as the prompt says, oh, Jenny, thank you so much. I appreciate that. If you have a story you'd like to tell, click the guest button down below or click the plus button right here. And I would love to have you as a guest. Thanks, Jenny. Yeah. Yeah, just send it to me. Send it to me, Skinny. Hey, Salem. Good to see you again. JPS. Hey, what's up? For sure. I can't message while I'm live, but afterwards, yeah. Okay, guys. Yeah, if you have a story you want to tell, just click the guest button down below. Would love to have you on. And it could be like ghost stories. Could be of course paranormal, cryptid stories. It could be I guess I'm gonna have to edit that story out. Well, it's more work for me, unfortunately, but it is what it is. You should have left it. It was funny. I just don't have time for trolls like that, dude, you know? And funny enough, that's like the first person that was like well over 18, that was like in their 40s, that ever did that. So I'm just a bit disappointed in him. But anyway. Yeah, well, as the prompt says, I can only imagine, Linda. Yeah, no kidding, yeah. Anyway, all right, guys. Well, let's move on from that. Like I said, it just sucks. I have to edit this part out. If you guys have a story you'd like to tell, click the guest button down below, and I would love to have you on. So, All right. Well then, I am gonna read some articles then. It happens. It really happens. Funny enough, it happens more so with the younger crowd than the older crowd. Like, I did not expect that from him. Just like, wow, okay, you have the mentality of a teenager, really. So, oh, some old dude in his 40s doesn't some old dude in his 40s just felt like he wanted to troll. Yeah, so I'm just like, wow, dude, that's kind of pathetic. So, anyway, what if something strange really happened though? What if something strange really happened though? The only strange thing is that he has a mind of a freaking teenager. Hope you don't blame Easter Bunny for that. Anyway, we're going to talk about the Carter brothers here. For those that don't know, the Carter brothers is an infamous vampire case, supposed alleged vampire case in New Orleans, and Louis and Lestat were based off these people. So, all right. Well, The Legend of the Carter Brothers, New Orleans Siblings, Vampire Duo by Jody Smith. The Louisiana city of New Orleans is infamous for many things, like the streets filled with debauchery during Mardi Gras and infamous unalivings like Madame Lollerie. Its blood-soaked history is filled with monsters disguised as regular people, and with tales of witchery, ghosts, and vampires around every corner. Two of the lesser-known fiends of New Orleans are actually a pair of brothers named John and Wayne Carter. Legend has it the two dock worker brothers were vampires who snatched up more than a dozen victims in the 1930s, holding them captive in their shared home in order to drain and drink their flesh. After one of their prisoners escaped, their shared home and alert police, the full scope of their mania was revealed. While the brothers were tried and executed for their crimes, many claim to see them still haunting the streets in New Orleans, taking their place in the grand lore of the city. So the victim in the story is who Claudia is based off of from Interview with the Vampire. It was a little girl that told the police. Once again, guys, if you guys have a story you want to jump on and tell, click the guest button down below. Would love to have you on. According to lore, one day in 1932, perhaps 1934, a young girl escaped from the house shared by brothers John and Wayne Carter. As she made her way down Royal Street, a New Orleans police officer stopped her and listened to her incredible story. Supposedly, she and others were tied up in the Carter home so the pair could drink their blood. The girl had her wrists cut to enable a long, slow bleed, and depending on the report, she either offered to take the officer back to her former prison. She either offered to take the officer back to her former prison on the corner of Royal Street and St. Anne Street, or was rushed to the hospital. Regardless of how, the police did make it back to the Carter home to investigate the girl's claims of vampires in the French Quarter. The police walked into a horrifying scene at the Carter home. Police made it to the Carter home and found that the residents were absent. Upon breaking in, authorities allegedly found upwards of a dozen bodies with wrists slit and blood drained. There were also at least 4 captives still tied up to the chairs and bandaged but bleeding wrists. Some bodies were wrapped in sheets, and all appeared as though they'd been there for many days. The Carter brothers were nonchalantly working their dock job, unworried about their prey escaping and alerting authorities. Police decided to wait in the brothers' apartment for them to return in order to apprehend them. All right. I see someone in the queue already. Eric, let me finish this article and I'll jump right back to you, okay? The police decided to ambush the Carter brothers in their home. Some sources say the police left 10 of their largest officers in the Carter home to take on the alleged vampires when they returned after dark to feed. Apparently, the brothers worked from pre-dawn to dusk, removing the bandages from their victims' wrists and drinking their blood before wrapping them up again. When the brothers walked into the apartment at night, it supposedly took 7 to 8 police officers to subdue the 2 average-sized men. After other versions of the legend say the brothers, each standing around 5 feet 6 inches and weighing under 160 pounds, did fight off 4 officers and leapt from the balcony unharmed. The 2 bolted off into the night. In this telling, police regrouped and decided to hit the docks where the Carter brothers worked that next day. How long was this article? Okay, it's almost done. That's not long. Authorities arrested the brothers the next day at the docks where they worked. Oh, thank you, Esoteric. Yeah. Long time no see. Love the summers. Hey, Sydney. Good to see you. Yeah, good to see you. Yeah, Noodles, click the guest button down below. There's only one person ahead of you. I'm just finishing up this article, then I'll start bringing the guests on. That way that it's what's that word? Chronological. Yep. In the version of the Carter brothers, which the Carter brothers escape the ambush in their apartment, they make the mistake of keeping their everyday routine. They showed up for work at the docks the very next day, and the police arrested them. As soon as they were in cuffs, John and Wayne supposedly began admitting they were vampires. They also asked the police to go ahead and unalive them, because they would continue capturing people and drinking their blood if they remained alive. Thank you for the likes, everybody. The police department determined that Carter brothers were human, and they were found guilty of unaliving. Although at least one version of the Carter brothers legend says they escaped immediately after their captive did, most of the stories see them tried as serial unalivers in court, presumably unable to convince the courts their superhuman status. They were held accountable for their actions, found guilty, and sentenced to be unalived for their crimes. After their executions, held immediately or years after their guilty verdicts, the men were laid to rest in their family vault in New Orleans. Here's where stuff gets interesting right here. So they were unalived by the court, and so on. Their tomb was opened years later, but their bodies had disappeared. When the Carter family member passed away, when the next Carter member passed away, the vault holding John and Wayne was opened to slide in the new casket. However, the vault allegedly held no trace of the brothers' remains at all. It is said that vampires love the blood of family members best, and that the procession of vampire remains to the New Orleans cemetery was a zigzagging one to confuse the deceased's sense of direction. Apparently, this was enough to keep the Carter brothers away from their kin, but not enough to keep them escaping from their tomb. There have been reported sightings of the Carter brothers in recent years, as in 21st century. Ever since their entombment, the subsequent escape from their family vault, people have reported seeing the brothers out and about in New Orleans. Someone living in their apartment located in the house on the corner of St. Anne and Royal Street claimed he saw no men on the balcony, just as they did the day the police ambushed them. The pair of specters leaped off from the balcony and into the ether. Other stories about the brothers returned center around the celebration of Mardi Gras, which was their favorite pastime being. Okay. One of their captives is said to have also turned into a vampire. Interesting. Let's see how long this goes. Oh, almost done. 2 more paragraphs. Legend has it that in order for one to turn into a vampire, they must be fed upon 7 times and live. According to many reports, several of the living victims found in the Carter apartment fit these circumstances. Supposedly, one victim named Felipe went on his own rampage of blood drinking, tallying at least 32 victims. His diary was found in a Bourbon Street dwelling and documented his recent descent into madness. Reporting crazy dreams of blood, he disappeared from the city in 1949. Another source alleges that a different vampire emerged from the Carter apartment, eventually racking up an unaliving toll of 442 people. The guy's name at the diary, that was... It's Felipe. That's his name. There's no last name. Just type in Felipe, the Carter brothers, see if that helps. I wish I gave a last name. Other sources alleges that a different vampire emerged from the Carter apartment, eventually racking up an unaliving of 442 people. There's no mention of drinking the victim's blood, but the vampire did allegedly dissolve bodies in acid instead. One victim escaped vampirism, but reportedly committed himself voluntarily to an insane asylum after her ordeal. No names. Last paragraph. The building of the brothers reportedly lived in is still standing. The House of Horrors that held the Carter apartment is still in New Orleans on the corner of St. Anne and Royal Street and is being rented to new tenants. Some residents seek the brothers whispering on balconies before jumping to the street and running off. Supposedly, the house's lease is broken quite often due to strange happenings in the former vampire lair. The brothers also reportedly run loose throughout the city, terrifying those who recognize them. That is it. Okay. Yep. Okay. Let's get rid of that one. Okay. Go. I don't have time for that. Okay. Yeah, no, I heard it on a vampire tour that I went on over there with my girlfriend when she and I first started dating. All right, now the guests. Arid, you are next. Hello there.
Well,
welcome back.
Samuel.
Samael, please. Samael, yeah.
How you doing today? I hope everything's going okay.
It's good, dude. It's good. Got a lot of work done. Sorry, this thing is just making me... Yeah, no, got a lot of work done. Got a song done, and just need to get it produced and all that stuff. I'm starting from scratch again with my music ventures now.
Oh, okay.
How are you, though?
Just making it. You know how we go. Just making it day by day.
Yeah.
But I'll try to make this one quick because dinner's almost ready. But this happened, a couple of years ago. I just have never talked about it. On Wednesdays, I work 4 p.m. to 4 a.m. So it was winter. It was cold. And I got off at 4 o'clock in the morning. I was coming home. I work at a power plant, and they use the bayou to get the water to make power. And I live on the other side of the bayou, and I work on the other side of the bayou. So when I go to work, I have to go around the bayou, and when I go home, I go back around the bayou. Well, I was coming home, and as there's a curve, and there's a piece of the bayou that comes right next to the road, but there's some woods that's right there, right by the road. And I remember seeing this guy come out from the woods, and he's got no shirt on, just jeans. He just has pants on, and he's soaking wet. And I'm thinking, what the heck is this guy doing out at this time of the morning? And I kind of freaked out, and I stopped because there's a stop sign, and I look in my rearview mirror, but he's not there. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. And I slowed it down in my head, and I'm thinking, okay, I did not see him when he was breathing. He didn't have no exhale, like, because it's cold. And he wasn't shivering like he was cold, but he's soaking wet. So I didn't think, I just kind of like, okay, I'm going home. I think I just saw something that I shouldn't have seen, which, like I've told you before, I've seen it ever since I've been a child. And I went home, didn't think, I did think about it, but I didn't think about it. And 3 days later, it came out on the news over here in my town that they had found a person, the same description, or the same person that I seen, they found there in that area unalive.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah. And I still don't know why some of us can see that and some can't. I don't understand that.
Yeah, no, it's a mystery. A lot of people, for a lot of people, it's genetic, and some just naturally see this stuff. And for others, it takes practice to actually try to see them. So.
Yeah, and it looked like he was like walking, like just naturally walking, like he was going home.
Yeah. He probably was going home.
Yeah, and it was cold. It was like, I think that night it was like 20, it was in the 20s. So it was cold.
Wow.
But yeah, that was just, it just stuck in my head. And I was like, man, I should have stopped. But then if I stopped, what was I going to do? It was early in the morning, late at night. What was I going to do in the woods? What am I looking for,
Mm-hmm.
And then what if the people would have still been there? Would I would have been next?
Yeah, no, good question. Yeah. Well,
So
I'm glad you followed your gut instinct.
yeah, I mean, and I didn't know what to make of it because, like I said, I've seen paranormal stuff, and like I said, even at the plant, I've seen the first plant manager that was there. I didn't even know he was there until one of the. I asked one of the operators who this guy was in the picture frame. They asked me why, and I said, "Well, I see him." And they're like, "You can't see him." I'm like, "Yeah, I see him." He was like, "No, he passed away like 4 or 5 years ago." I was like, "Oh, okay, well,
okay."
Yeah." But that's my quick and short story. It's time to go eat dinner, and I hope you have a good night. And I'm gonna keep tapping away.
Thank you, Aaron. You enjoy your dinner, dude.
You're welcome.
Take care. All right. Yeah, good story there. All right, guys. Well, let's see. I think someone else is in the queue. No, they left. All right, guys. Well, the queue is empty. If you want to tell a story, click the guest button down below and be a guest. And it doesn't have to be just ghost stories. It could be like aliens. It could be cryptids, like skinwalkers, stuff like that. The Jersey Devil. Yeah, it could be any of those. Scorpio Star, you are up.
Hello, I got 2 stories for you, real quick ones that I just thought of when the guy was telling his story. Very good story, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So, I sprained my ankle when I was in high school, and I had to go to the hospital, and they're doing an x-ray, and the guy said, "I will be right back. You stay right here." I'm like, okay. So then I see an older doctor, by the x-ray machine, like behind another glass door.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I felt like it was a spirit, but I couldn't tell because I did see him as a solid. Because like sometimes I see them a little fuzzy. So then then he disappeared, and I was like, okay, whatever. Then the guy came back, and I said, hey, let me ask you a question. Is there another door in here? And he goes, no, this is the only door right here. I'm like, well, there was a man, another doctor, an older man, and he was in the thing. And he's like, there's no way. First of all, there's one door. He's like, and there was nobody here. And if you keep talking like that, you're going to be on the 3rd floor. Like, you know, it's crazy. Then anyway, they wheeled me out of there, and they had to go run more tests on my ankle. And I seen a picture of the man, like, because it was like a St. Catherine's Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I seen a picture of this doctor, like a memorial for him. Like, he must have died, like, he must have unalived like 20 years before that. So that happened. And then one time, me and my grandmother, we're going to my cousin's house by Lake Ronkonkoma, by the way. We had a pass there. So those investigators that you were reading about in that story with the lake.
Yeah.
So there's a cemetery by that lake, and they do a lot of investigations there. I found out because I happened to run into one of them on Facebook. So it was dead. It was summer. It had to be like July or August. And there was a police officer, a New York City police officer. We're in Long Island. He was walking by the cemetery, and I remember seeing him, and he was dressed like it was winter. And I'm like, no, something's wrong with this. Like, this is not a person. Like, why are you dressed like it's winter and you're a police officer and it's summer? It's like 100 degrees outside.
Yeah.
So then I told my grandmother, I'm like, do you see that? And she's like, I gotta drive. I gotta keep my eyes on the road. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I found out later on, there was in New York City, when I spoke to these investigator people, because I found them on Facebook, and I went into the guy's DM and I asked him, and he's like, yeah, there was a New York City police officer that was unalived or whatever a few years ago that was buried in that cemetery. I was like, yeah, I seen him. And that was it. Nothing came out of it. Like, you know, nothing came out of it. And then one more real quick before I forget. So I'm in the restaurant with my grandmother one day, and we're sitting there eating, and I keep staring at this lady, her son, and the other lady. And I don't know why. My eyes are so focused on this boy, you know, on this man. And my grandma's like, oh my God, you're 20-something years old. And I always tell you, stop staring at people when you're out. Like, come on, you should know better by now. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And like, she caught my attention. And then I looked back and the guy was gone. So I'm not thinking anything of it. Okay, maybe he got out of the booth. So I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And as I'm getting up and I'm walking past the two ladies, I heard her telling her friend, I wish he was still here today. It makes 2 years that he passed on. And it was so horrible how my son passed away.
Oh.
And it was just those two ladies there. So I think her son was sitting next to her.
Perhaps.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't want to like go up to her and say, I just seen your son, you know, because like I'm not the Long Island medium here. I'm not going to go tell people, you know, on the internet it's one thing, but that's it. But those are my stories. And thank you for letting me be on here.
Of course.
And I'm very proud of you. Keep doing your thing. And please stay hydrated. Drink lots and lots of water.
Will do.
All right. Thank you. Good night, everyone. I'll be listening. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
All right. All right, guys. Once again, yeah, thank you for sharing, of course. If you guys like what you see, keep smashing that like button and share this if you like this. Definitely share this. All right, 1 second. Yeah, Salem 1775 witches. You dropped from the box. Go ahead and re-up, and yeah, we'd love to hear your story. Yeah. Let's see. You guys want to hear another article? Or you guys want to hear one of my stories that I've told a billion times? Guess to what? My story. Okay. Hold on real quick. Just charge this slow tablet. That's very, very slow. Okay. I'm going to talk about the first time I ever astral projected on accident. I don't know how to do it. I say it was on accident for a reason. So, I was stationed out in Japan when I was in the Navy. And I was trying to astral project. So I talked to some of my spiritual friends, and they all had this method that worked. Funny enough, I was Catholic at the time, and they were very pagan. And they told me about a method that worked for them. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll try that. And I was trying that, and it didn't work for me. So after a week of trying, I just kind of just gave up. I'm like, you know what? I need to get information early in the morning. I don't have time for this. So I just relaxed, and only a few moments later, I felt myself leave my body and floating while very conscious. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this is really happening. This is amazing. You know, I got very excited when this first happened. I didn't make it far. I only made it to my bedroom's front door. And I opened my eyes, I see the door. Out of nowhere, a giant shadow hand just grabbed me and just threw me right back in my body. I found myself just like looking left and right, like in a maniacal manner, and still seeing myself from a third person point of view, but then finally I merged with my body and I looked to the left of me. I had no TVs in my room. None. There was a giant box TV right next to my bed, playing nothing but static. And right next to that box TV was a shadow figure, just looking at me like, you're lucky I was here. You are crazy if you think you're ready to go out there. Not on my watch. So, because of that experience, I firmly believe that there are some shadow people that are guardians, and obviously some that are not, and some that are just there just because they're there, and they just happen to be a shadow person. So, but yeah, it's one of my stories right there. Part of me wishes I got to experience astral projection a bit more, but it's hard to recreate that because I didn't know what I was doing, and I did it a second time, I believe, a couple of years ago while living here, and I was in a dream. I was falling down this rabbit hole, and next thing you know, like, I'm outside my apartment. It's raining that day, and it was raining that night, and I felt the need to just, exclaim, "Hail Thor," and lightning struck my house, and then I woke up. So, but yeah, those are my astral projection stories. I still don't know how to do it. What I'm trying to learn to do, though, is lucid dream. Figure out a way to lucid dream to where, like, this could be not nightly, but just to find out a way to just be in control. Anyway, if anyone has a story they'd like to tell, click the guest button down below. Yeah, every night. I get that. I understand that. It's funny too because every time I try to do that, my body gets relaxed, right? But with that relaxation, it just keeps me wired at the same time. Like, it's like between being in a trance and not. I know that exactly. The harder you don't try, the faster it comes. I know that's how it is. It's just it's hard. It really is. Shoot. I've been seeing videos of people, how people do them, and I'm like, okay, I'm taking notes and everything, and I try them, but like where I mess up is having the yeah, there's music for it on YouTube, but it's not, it never worked for me. I know. I know, no, clear your mind. Like I have ADHD, it's hard to focus and clear my mind. Yet I hear about people that have ADHD that can do it like nothing, you know? So, cuz like my dreams are like over the freaking top. Hey Sean, good to see you. My dreams are, follow Sean, everybody. Follow Sean, good guy. Thank you for sharing, Sean. Yes, share this live. Share this live if you like this. Yeah, no, just a lot of thoughts run through my head at once, really. Like, if you guys ever seen that meme, so this is just an example scenario. If you guys ever seen that meme of like every dream has an interpretation, and the scenario is the Galactic Empire about to destroy the planet of My Little Pony, and then the Death Star destroys the planet. Like that's how radical my dreams are. I'm like, I don't know what this means, and it just scene shifts all the time. It's like I'll be here at one point in the dream, right? I'll be in LA. The next thing you know, I'll be in New Orleans out of nowhere. I don't remember how I got there. Lose focus. Coffee, it's right in the middle for me. It keeps me focused, but also keeps me up though. So I know it's supposed to help people with ADHD fall asleep, but for me, it keeps me up. It does. So just the way my mind's wired, and I didn't ask for it to be like this, but I know it keeps us up. I know. Yeah, Sean, no worries, man. Tyrosine. Yeah. No, Clown wants to come back and talk about jelly beans again. There we go. Blocked him. Don't got time for that. But yeah, it's always been hard for me to lucid dream. When I do it once in a while, it's always short lived. I'm like, I'm dreaming, yeah, and then, I'm awake now. I don't think so, Linda. I think he was clowning around. I blocked him though, because I don't have time for that. So, and he clearly has too much time to do that. So, Pam, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. All right, guys. Yeah. Once again, if you guys have a story you'd like to share, click the guest button below. We'd love to have you on. And yeah, come on up. This time, the space is for you guys. So share this too. Share this too. But yeah, I mean, here's a question though, and these are for those that are experts at this. For those that lucid dream, thank you for the share, Shar. For those of you that do lucid dream, tell me how you do it. If any of you are out there, thank you, Hispanic Beauty. Thank you for the follow. Excuse me. Yeah, come on up here. I would love to get some advice. I don't do that, Linda. I'm straight edge, believe it or not. Very straight edge. That's hard for me to do because my ADHD. Shaman rock. Okay. Does that mean I remember my dreams? I remember them when I wake up. Lucid dreams mean when one's lucid, when they're dreaming, it means that it means you're in complete control of the dream and you're aware that you are dreaming, and you can make whatever happen in your dream at will, really. And yeah, I don't do any kind of substance abuse at all. So what I do is sit up. What I do is sit up when I sleep, and every couple 30 seconds, I say in my mind, I'm in my room. Oh, that's a good one. You asked the date. No, for sure. That's a good one right there. I'm in my room. I'm in my room. I like that. Okay. Well, shall I continue reading articles? Or do you guys have a story you like to tell, or have questions for me? My view on things? Sure. Did that. That's cool. I remember my dreams though. Yeah. Sydney, yeah, be a guest. Hit the click the guest button down below. Would love to have you as a guest. Yeah, the thing is, I dream so often that once the morning passes, like, I just immediately forget it. So, all right, Sydney, you're next, and it's Hispanic Beauty.
Hey, what's up?
Nothing much. How are you?
I'm good. I'm great. How are you?
A lot has happened this summer already, but I'm still here and I'm still fighting, taking the punches, and not giving up. So,
Yeah, I hear you. Don't give up. Keep going. I know it's like it always feels like there's one thing after another. Last year was like that for me. It was a bad freaking year, but I made it out, man. I don't know how I did, but I did.
here we are, you know. Here we are.
Yeah, this year is entirely different. So my story pretty much applies to like what's going on with me this year. So like me and my longtime partner of 8 years, we're getting married in October.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. We're super excited. I know with everything that's going on in the world, it's really strange to be planning a wedding right now. But I mean, this is what we want, you know, we just want to do it before things get worse. Who knows, right? But so, all right, it's crunch time. We're planning. We're really trying to get everything done before October. We've been planning for the last like 3 months already. So we're pretty much in the middle, almost halfway there, right? And I didn't want to go for a dress fitting. Like, I already pretty much like found my dress online, you know? I was like, it's a beautiful dress. I want that. Like, I can't fly to California to get fitted, so I'm just going to get it like sent to, you know, New Jersey.
Yeah.
So, I had like bought like, what do you call those? I had bought like measuring tape, you know, like for like fitting yourself for like outfits and stuff. Like I had bought like a bright pink one. It, you know, it came in, I put it somewhere, and I still can't remember where the hell it is, but I remember putting it somewhere super important in this apartment because I was like, I'm going to need that. I'm going to need that a few times because I'm going to be measuring my waist and all this stuff for like 2 different dresses, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm getting closer to the day that I finally like have the money for the wedding dress. And I'm like, all right, like as soon as like I have the money, I got to start measuring myself, blah, blah, blah. Well, literally like the week that I had to buy this wedding dress, I could not for the life of me remember where the hell this measuring tape was. And I was losing my mind. And I'm turning the house upside down. I'm like, where is it? Like, I need it, you know? Yeah. And I could have told my fiance to go and buy a new one, but for some reason I was just fixated on the fact that I freaking bought it, and where is it? It's in this house somewhere, you know? Yeah. So I'm stressed, right? It's like the day before that I have to like measure myself, and I'm literally losing sleep over this stupid pink measuring tape, right? I'm in bed, and I'm like, where the hell did it go? Oh, 1 second. Yeah. Go ahead, Soren. Genevieve, let them in. That's our food. Sorry. Jen, let them in. Quick. So, whatchamacallit? All right. So anyway, so yeah, the measuring. So I'm in bed. I'm like losing sleep over this, and I'm like trying to think of every corner in this house. Where the hell did I put it? And finally, like I started like dozing off, but like, so as soon as I dozed off, I had this, like, I started getting like a vision. I would think I was in between wake and sleep. And I started getting this vision of like a basket, right? And a sewing basket that actually I inherited after my grandma passed away. Mm-hmm. She passed away like in 2014, you know, it's a long time ago. it was such a painful death for me because it was very sudden. So like a lot of the things that I have of hers, like I kind of like, they're not out. They're not really out. You know, they're just kind of in one designated place. I haven't looked at that basket in years because it's painful. Her and I both really like to sew. I like to alter my clothes and put patches on my clothes and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So, and I kind of stopped like after she passed. So anyway, I'm seeing this basket like in my dream, and the basket opens up and I see her hands, and then she puts her hand in the basket and pulls out blue measuring tape, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, all right, like since her passing, I really did not, I never looked in this basket. Like I just took the things that my mom gave me and I just put them away.
Right.
And I'm like, whatever. Like I kind of like fell asleep, right? Then the next day I wake up stressing about the pink tape again. Then I was like, wait a second, like, let me see, right? Let me just go see. Let me go to the damn basket and see if there's measuring tape in there, right? So I open the basket. I swear to you, dude, this blue measuring tape is literally on top of everything that was in that damn basket. There was tons of stuff in there. Yeah, like yarn, like little things of like, you know, like for sewing kits and things like that. Tons of shit, but like there was the blue measuring tape, and I pulled it out and I just started crying because I was like, okay, like I couldn't find the pink one, but now I have my grandma's blue one, and it just really felt like she wanted to like be involved or something, you know? So like I call my mom and I'm crying and I tell her the story, and she was like, Sid, she was like, you know that your grandmother was going to be involved one way or another, right? And I started laughing. And she was like, she hid that pink tape. It's never going to be found again. But I was like, yeah, it kind of feels like she's measuring me for this dress, you know? So it was really beautiful. And yes, I did it right. The dress came in. It fits freaking perfectly. And I think it's just like a message to any of you guys that have like lost somebody, you know. I'm almost getting choked up now, but you know, anybody that has like lost anybody in here, and it just kind of feels like they're so like out of reach, and you know, I'm telling you, they really do come through for you, especially when you're having special events in your life, or you're at your worst moments in your life. They are there, you know, and I really appreciated that. I think it's rad. You know, it really felt like she was here, and
Yeah.
they're always with us. So yeah.
I love that actually. It's like, even after they crossed over to the other side, they're still excited to watch you succeed.
Yeah, exactly. And I always believe that like she was very close to me. Sometimes I could smell her. It's not all the time,
Yeah.
you know, but it's like, yeah. And I'm like, you know, it's things like that. It's like proof to me. Like they are seriously always there for us. So yeah, they're excited. You know, they're excited for us. And even when our worst moments, they're still there, you know?
Is it Seth?
No, babe. All right. Well, thanks for listening. I just wanted to, you know, talk about that because that was cool.
Yeah, no, I love that. Yeah. Thank you for coming back. Yeah. I'm here Tuesdays to Fridays, 7 p.m. Pacific time to 9 p.m. Pacific time. And yeah, I'm coming back strong again. 'Cause
Awesome.
I'm not in my
Yeah,
band
we're-
anymore, so yeah.
Yeah, we're approaching spooky season, so I'm excited to get into the stories again. And hey, hang in there, okay? Stay strong, all right? And we're here for you.
Oh, thank you, Sydney. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Good
All right,
night.
have a good night, guys.
All right. Okay, let's see. Hispanic Beauty, you are next. Once again, guys, if you guys like what you see, smash that like button. The more you press the like button, the more likes I get, the more this page goes. Thank you, Jess. But the more this page gets featured on people's FYPs, and share it. Yeah. Show that viewership number. Thank you, Jess. We appreciate it. Thank you. Excuse me. I have to take medication. Thank you. I changed my screen name. If you don't mind me asking, Jess, what was your original screen name? Hispanic Beauty, you are up. Thank you, Jess. Thank you. Just boot. Oh, okay, got it. Welcome back. Hispanic Beauty, I see you. You are on mute right now.
Hi,
Hello.
everyone.
Thank you for being here. How old are you?
48 from Texas.
Perfect. Are you okay with your story being screen recorded? It's gonna go on YouTube just for the viewers that don't get a chance to see the live.
Definitely. Thank you.
For sure, yeah. Try not to cuss like FDFF. It's okay to say the F word here and there or say any curse words here and there. And
Okay.
try not to get too fanatical. It's okay to have religion in your story, but not to a point to where it's preachy. That being
Oh,
said,
okay, cool.
That being
Yes,
said,
awesome.
it's all you.
Okay, I was probably 13 at the time, and this happened in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a boyfriend at that time. I know, too young. And I stayed with my dad during the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a heavy sleeper. He doesn't sleepwalk or anything like that. So I would go and I would meet my boyfriend and I would let him in on the property and we would visit and he would leave back home. We did this for pretty much the whole summer. Towards the end of the summer, I let him in on the property as always. We go on the side of the house and all of a sudden I hear my dad say, "Brenda." And I'm like, oh my gosh. So both me and him, we ran inside the house. He hid behind the door and I jumped in my bed. There's a back door that led to my room. And of course there's a front door. And I'm over here, oh my gosh, my heart is beating so fast. I'm just waiting on my father to come through the door because I imagine he probably went in my room, seen I wasn't there. He was out there looking for me. He yelled my name.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I waited and waited. I didn't hear nothing. I was like, okay, let me get up. Let me get some water. Okay. I was real nervous. I went, got me the water, and what do you know? He is in bed, snoring really loud, dead asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh no. I was relieved because he didn't catch me sneaking out. And I was very terrified because I was like, I know that was his voice. He yelled my name like he was irritated, mad, angry, basically he didn't see me in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Type, anger in his voice. And I went back there to the room and I told my boyfriend, you heard that, right? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, my dad, he's asleep. That was not him. And that was the last time that he came over to see me.
Oh, wow.
We met somewhere else, but he would not go in that house anymore. Come to find out, things happened to my dad, things happened to me. And we was one night sitting at the table, eating dinner, and we're exchanging these weird stories that happened on the property. And then here comes my mom telling me, well, I didn't want to tell y'all, but this house used to be used for wakes.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh my gosh, now you just now tell us. And she's like, well, I didn't want to freak y'all out. You're freaking us out now.
Yeah. Wow. That's a bombshell right there,
Yes, definitely. I was like, man, it sounded just like my father. It was very terrifying. I really thought it was him.
Wow. Well, thank you for sharing your story, Hispanic Beauty.
And thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course. You have a wonderful night. All right. Perhaps a mimic, yeah. Okay, guys. The queue, once again, is empty. Yeah. If you have a story you'd like to tell, click the guest button down below. If you like this. Oh, got someone right now. Salem, yes. Hold on real quick. Once again, if you like this, keep tapping that screen and share this too. All right. Salem 1775 witches. I have to say witches, all right? Hey there.
Hello.
Hi. Thank you for being in my lives. I appreciate that. Real quick, how old are you?
I'm 28.
Perfect. Try not to cuss like FDFF. It's okay to swear here and there. And try not to get too fanatical. It's okay to have religion in your story, but not to a point to where it's preachy. That being said, it's all you.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm from New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know where to start honestly, because a few things happened. Like a few things happened to me since I was a kid. So I don't know where to start. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna just start like with the main course. So it was like back in late 2005, and we used to live in Newark and on the lower Wellsburg area. And my father, he found a house in that area because back then we used to live in these apartments across the street from Branchbrook Park skating ring. And that area was a little creepy too. I felt it. I tried to tell my parents about that, but they ain't really listen. But anyway, so when we first saw the house, I felt like this house has a creepy vibe to it. So like I remember my bad, I'm nervous.
You're good. You're good. Take a deep breath. You're fine. No one's here to judge. I stutter a lot too. The whole audience has heard me stutter while reading articles. So you're okay.
Okay. Okay, so like when we was I remember like when we got in the house, it felt kind of creepy. Like I remember like when one time it was snowing. It just stopped snowing, and like you know when it's like stopped snowing, and like the snow was sit on like the roof, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. Something was telling me like you know just move, right. Tell me about the snow just fell, like a pile of snow just fell, right? Almost hit us. But anyway, so at first it was like chill weather, right? But then like in the beginning, my room was at the top floor, and like sometimes at night when I try to go to sleep, the bathroom across my room would make like a weird ticking noise. Like it's just somebody's like at first I thought somebody grabbed a toothbrush and like tapping the sink really slow. And every time I go in the bathroom, there was no noise. I was like, where does noise coming from? Mind you, I'm back in the day, I was like in 5th grade, like so like around elementary. I'm a kid. So I'm scared. So I'm like, what's going on? And then plus like this when it gets dark, like I had this open closet, and like I'd be like too scared to look into the closet because I'm thinking somebody's like sitting there like watching me.
Mm-hmm.
So like I tried to tell my parents about it, but they were like telling me like, oh, you know, this is an old house because this house was built like back in 1927. You don't mind if I tell you like, you know, I want like get like a little description. I don't want to like expose the address, but like I want to like you know like give you a better picture. So it was like on Underwood Street, and like yeah, this is like this is an old house, and like and plus somebody died in that house too.
Mm-hmm.
So like so I tried to tell my parents about it. I remember one night my parents had like a Bible study with because we used to be in like a Seventh-day Adventist.
Uh-huh.
And so I tried to tell them like I hear noises in the bathroom, but it was like nah, it's like you know that's probably the pipes, whatever. This is like an old house. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I try to go back to sleep, but every time I try to go back to sleep, like that noise would come back, like somebody's like tapping the sink. Then I when like a few months passed, my room moved. Cause my sister used to sleep in my parents' room, but then they changed my room to her room. So then I sleep downstairs. That used to be the computer room. So then all of a sudden the stove started making a beeping noise randomly. Like random days it would have like make a beeping noise. And sometimes it would get too creepy to the point where I couldn't sleep in my bedroom. I had to sleep in the living room. And something like there was like an old alarm in the house. Like it would make it would randomly like make a blinking like red light, whatever. And I remember one time, even down when we go to the basement, it would have like a creepy vibe to it. I don't remember how the basement really looked because it was like so long ago, back in like around that time. But I swear I saw like a being, whatever, a shadow person with like red eyes. Like this wrong part of the room, was like painted, like the windows were painted green. Like, you know, when you paint the walls green, like the regular paint for your walls, that's what they use instead of, like, you know, for like the glass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So I ain't like want to go in that basement as much. And anyway, that house had a lot of centipedes and bugs in there. I remember one time when I tried to go down there, there was a whole centipede, like, just sitting there with a tiger stripes and shit. Can I cuss? You guys can cuss, right?
It's okay to cuss, yeah, just not like FDFF, you know what I mean?
Okay. It was like kind of creepy, whatever. It's just, the centipede was like sitting there with tiger stripes. I was too scared to go down there. I was like, I'm not going down there.
Yeah.
But anyway, sometimes when I try to go upstairs, especially at night, I would feel as though someone's behind me, so I had to run upstairs. So then, I remember one time when I was in the kitchen at night, I did somebody's hand with like trying to like, it was like trying to like grab me. I saw it was like a real pale hand with like dark red nails on it. Really creepy. When it was trying to get to me, it would appear and disappear. I didn't know what it was, and the table moved a little bit. And I remember one time when I was making my bed up, there was a lamp sitting next to my bed. A lamp sitting next to my door, and the lamp moved by itself. And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, like, is it because, like, when you make the bed up, you make a little breeze? I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's the breeze from the bed. Okay. I'm trying to think logically here. Because I'm like, why did the lamp move by itself? And when it moved, it made a weird swishing noise, like a breeze.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, you know, like a house, like when it's like an inside porch, I think. And I don't know how to really explain it. Because, like, when something was telling me to look inside that inside porch. So when I look inside the inside porch, there was like out of nowhere, there's like a sky blue, like, light coming out just in thin air, like appearing slowly.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is that? And then I'm like, I got scared. I got away from the window. And one night, I was trying to go to sleep, but I keep hearing like shifting noises. And then sometimes, like, when I try to go to sleep, I would hear somebody breathing, like near, like, literally next to my head, breathing.
Yeah.
And I'm too scared to, like, you know, like, mind you, I'm under the covers, scared as hell. Like, I'm like, who the hell's breathing next to my ear or whatever? And I'm like, I don't want to, like, open the covers. I'm scared, like, I'm gonna be face to face with what I was doing, that noise. And I remember one night, I got annoyed. I was like, I didn't turn my light on yet, but like, I got up. No, I did turn my light on, actually. I'm sorry. I got up to my light on. I was like, I confront the noise, like, stop making that noise. I'm trying to go to sleep. Like, how do you feel? How would you feel if you trying to go to sleep, you hear noise? Then I turn the light off. As soon as I turned the light off, I heard like something like loud as the devil, whatever. Like, it was like deep as hell. It was like some surround sound, like some Bose type of shit. Like, it was so loud. When I turned the light on, a whole flying centipede flew in my room. I didn't know. Yeah, I'm like, that's the only time I see a centipede flying. And I didn't know they could fly. So I don't know if it's true or not. I don't want to look it up to creep myself out. but I'm like, okay. Well, then I got so creeped out. I didn't want to, like, I didn't know where to go. I just saw it flew in my room. As soon as I saw it in my room, I got up of bed. I was like, I called my father. And then, like, he came downstairs to try to kill the bug.
Yeah.
But anyway, what else happened? So then, I remember one time. Now this is like the icing on the cake, whatever. I was trying to get ready for school. I was making a bowl of cereal, and like no, before then I was like my bad. I don't want to like go to that part yet because like I remember one time I was messing around with my sister, and we was watching the movie Rose Red. And we just saw some scary part, whatever. And I was messing with her, whatever, right? And I got in trouble. And my mom said, go in timeout. I was too scared because it was dark in there. And I got like creepy vibes. I'm like, I should have never done that shit. Like, But anyway, I'm back to like while I was making up some breakfast. I'm making a bowl of cereal. And then like I saw something in the corner of my eye. A whole ghost was next to my door. Like walking. Like a whole figure of some man walking, a sky blue ghost walking next to my door. And I got so scared, like I ran into the pantry and like not the pantry, like we carry all your the pantry, yeah. I grabbed this frying pan and then this raggedy ass frying pan, and I was so scared. I was like in the corner, like, is it gonna come back? Is it gonna come get me? And I looked in the corner, it was gone. I was like, where the fuck did it go? That shit was scary as fuck to me. And I remember when we went to the attic one time. We went there up there once, and it was too damn creepy to me. Yeah, and then a few months later, my father lost the house because he had like a loan shark or whatever. I forgot, something like that. So my mother, and my sister moved down south to South Carolina, Georgetown. And like we stayed with my cousin and my great aunt. And her husband died, like I think recently. So excuse me. So one time I was sitting there watching TV in my great aunt's house. It was dark in the house. The only light was there was the TV. And I saw like a black figure waving at me. And I got too scared. I ran the house. So I got more stories. I don't know. You want me to keep going?
No, for sure. Let me check the queue real quick. The queue is empty. Keep on going.
Oh, okay. So then that creeped me out. That was the only time I saw a ghost in her house. And then we moved to my other cousin's place. We literally live in a trailer like across from my cousin's place, somewhere in Carver's Bay. And I remember one night I wanted to go to my cousin's place, like just literally I just walk away. But like, I looked to my left, it was like kind of dark. It was like a one street light there on that street. And I swear I saw like a big fuzzy creature. And I believe I saw Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dead. I swear to God, I saw Bigfoot. Like, and I'm like, nowadays, like recently I looked it up, like, see if I was like bugging. See if there's any signs of Bigfoot in South Carolina, and then there was. So I'm like, okay, I'm not bugging. And then like once time passed, and I used to live in Piscataway, on New Market Street, like across the street from this train track. And once more, somebody in that place died. I think somebody committed suicide in that place.
So Salem, real quick. You know, you're good with cussing here and there. It's fine. But like when it comes to like self-unaliving, just call it self-unaliving.
Oh, it is. I'm not. That's why I don't want to be on the lives and everything. They be like just restrictions and everything.
Yeah, I didn't make it like this, dude. Trust me. I don't like how sensitive social media is. Like, I don't like how we have to filter ourselves and not be us fully authentic. You know, it's just the way it is, man.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Okay, my bad.
You're good.
Okay.
I'm with you. Trust me.
So somebody unlocked themselves there.
Yeah.
And at the time I was married to him.
Mm-hmm.
And we had our rings. So one day I was looking for my ring because I swear I put my ring on the table next to my nightstand. I'm looking for it and it was gone. I'm like, where did my ring go? And I called my husband, my ex at the time, like, where did my ring go? He was like, I don't know. So I'm looking all over in the house where to go. Because at the time, I didn't use the bathroom at all. Whole time that ring was sitting on the bathroom floor. Why was it sitting on the bathroom floor? And then one day, we were sleeping, right? And when you're asleep, you get in the between, like when you sleep and you're not, like I think like sleep paralysis, I think.
Yeah, paralysis, yeah.
Yeah. So then like when I was in that like position, like that between, I saw a spirit, like a sky blue spirit, like walking across my bedroom. And I got freaked out to the point my husband woke up. He was like, "Are you okay?" And I told him like, "Yeah, I'm fine," because I don't want to spook him out, because he gets scared easily. So ooh,
You're good. You're good.
my bad. I'm trying to, cause like it's like all over the place. I'm
You're
trying
so
to get all
good.
together.
Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. You're fine. Trust me. I say this all the time. This is a safe space. This is
Okay.
a safe zone. All right. So you brought
All right.
nothing but great vibes. Okay.
Okay.
You're doing good.
Okay. So like now, like we're going back to like around like 2012. Like I think like late 2012. We just got out this. We just got out the South. And my father, before that, he tried to get me and my sister out the South, but as soon as he got down there, the van broke down. We got stuck there for 4 years. So we moved. We finally found a place. We moved back to Jersey, and we were staying with my cousin. And I remember I'm sorry. Before we stayed with my cousin, we were staying in North Newark in these apartments. And I had a sleep paralysis dream of death gliding into the bathroom. Now the bathroom's located in my parents' room. It was a 1-bedroom apartment. I slept on a couch. My mother and my father and my 2 sisters, my baby sister, just born around like June 2012, and my bigger sister was sleeping in the wrong room together. I saw death like glide into the bathroom. And I'm like, at the time, I didn't know what it was. Because a year later, my father passed. And so then when we moved to my cousin's place, I saw death again, but like he morphed into like my into like the blankets, whatever.
Yeah.
Like a skull. And then like a year later, like around like May of 2013, my father passed. So basically it was telling me like somebody's gonna die in your around you.
Yeah.
And then I remember one time I saw somebody else die. My cousin's sister's mother passed as well.
Salem, real quick. I know you're saying DIE a lot.
Oh shoot!
No, you're
my
so
bad.
good.
I keep slipping.
You're so good. Bear with me. All right. Bear with me, please. Like I said, it's okay to say it here and there, but when it's in every sentence, the AI is gonna pick it up and cancel this live for a month.
Oh no!
Which it's happened to me before. So try saying like instead of saying I saw DEATH, say I saw the Reaper. Or
the Reaper.
Yeah,
Yes.
Or this person I know, they unalived. So like I said, I'm with you on this. I don't like how it's crazy sensitive. It's ridiculous how crazy sensitive it is, but that's just I gotta play by the rules, unfortunately.
Okay. That's funny because I'm almost finished, but I want.
You good?
But this part right here, it's kind of small, but like all right, so like it was before all of this. We used to live in East Orange around like the early 2000s, across the street from my relative's place. And where we lived at, we used to live next to a graveyard. And most of the time, like I can say graveyard. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. There was like I had bad vibes about that place. I remember one time, like it was like a big empty space around like where the graveyard was. I can't really like see spirits, but I can feel things like that.
Yeah.
But like I felt it, and I'm like, I wish we could just leave out this place because I don't have good vibes about sitting next to a graveyard. That was kind of creepy. And then also as well, like when we used to live across the street from the skating rink, I had vibes there too. Mm-hmm. But yeah. Oh, and then plus when I recently, I used to work in New York City as an e-biker, And one time I went to I had to deliver a package to the Rockefeller building, and I already felt some weird vibes in there. And I saw like a whole spirit in that place too, like running across. Like this area was like empty, and I saw like a shadow running like roll across like the doors, whatever. And yeah, that was it.
No, for sure. Salem, thank you for being here. You're always welcome here, okay?
Yeah, my story's done.
No, for sure. Well, you have a wonderful night. If you have a story you'd like me to narrate, just DM it to me. I do narrations for my TikTok videos, and I share them on Instagram as well. And I'll tag you and even add you as a collaborator. But if you so wish to be anonymous, that's valid too. I will honor that. So just type it out for me.
Okay, most definitely.
All right. Take care, Salem.
You too.
Bye. Yeah, thank you for all your stories. Yeah. You said spirit from the twin. Oh, yeah. Oh, Martine, yeah. All right. Well, there's nobody in the queue, and we have about 39 more minutes, and we're at 66,000 likes. You guys are the best. This is probably asking for a bit too much, but let's try to get to 100,000 likes. Oh, excuse me. 100,000 likes. Let's try to get there if we can. You know, if we end up in the 90s, then that's perfect. But let's get there, though. Love that. All right. Shall I read an article for you guys? Or you guys want to hear one of my stories I've told? Appreciate it, Sydney. Do you guys want to hear one of my stories I've told a billion times already? Article's good? Let's do the article. All right. Life is a walking chateau. All right. Yes and yes. Wait, what? Okay. No, not the astral one. No, this is the time I got assaulted by something. I could do both, really. Okay. Afterwards, I'll read this article. It's about Edinburgh. Okay, so for sure, Omartine. Sorry if I butchered your name. Once again, I was in the crank out that popcorn. Yep. I was in the U.S. Navy, and I was stationed in Japan. And every junior enlisted, like E4 and below ranks, they all get put in this rotation where they help the cooks out, whether it's on the enlisted deck, where it's very messy and very unorganized and chaotic, or they get lucky and get picked to assist in the officer ward, which there's only a handful of officers compared to the amount of enlisted. And I got lucky to be picked to assist in the officer ward. And the only responsibilities are really it's just maintaining the cleanliness of the hallways, cleanliness of the bedrooms, cleanliness of the offices, as well as help serve them food and clean the tables, of course. So this was the time of year where people are visiting their families, basically leaving a skeleton crew on the ship. It was my duty day. Thank you for the likes, guys. Let's get to 100,000 likes, guys. It was my duty day, and I went up to the officer ward to relieve the person that was on duty the night before. He gives me the master key card to every officer room in the officer ward. And he goes, "Have fun, bro. Have fun. There ain't no one here but you." I'm like, "Cool. Yeah, that's awesome." So, there's no Marines on board either. Only a couple of officers, but they're not going to their bedrooms. Nah. So, I go into the Marine executive officer's bedroom. And it is a hotel room compared to what us enlisted slept in. The bed was comfy, it was spacious in there. It's nice. Still early in the morning. I'm tired. Thank you for the likes, everybody. So I took off my gear, laid down in that bed, and oh my god, it was so comfortable. Out of nowhere, I start hearing what sounds like chatter between two people in the hallways. Sounded like they're going over plans. I'm like, there should be nobody here. Okay, whatever, yeah. I put my gear back on and I figure like, hey, just tell them like you guys can't be here, you know. I did a couple of laps around the hallways and I couldn't find them. They were nowhere to be seen. So I figured, okay, you know what, they probably just left. Okay, no worries, you know. I head back to the bedroom and I lay down again. I start hearing that same chatter again, but now it sounds like it's coming from the room right next to me, which is the Marine commanding officer's bedroom. Just for reference here, commanding officer of every base in the U.S., every base in the military, right? The middleman between this guy and the president. If I'm caught in these bedrooms, my career is over and I would have gotten out with no benefits. So I'm pretty scared to open up this door here. So I'm like, okay, all right, let's do this. I'll just say that I'm just cleaning the bedroom, you know? I opened the door and it was pitch black. There was nobody there. Okay, this is weird. So I go back to my bedroom and I try to make sense out of this. I'm like, you know what? It's probably coming from below decks and its sound is probably traveling through the vents. That has to be it. As I'm laying down, let me stop right here. I'm not a clairvoyant, I'm not clairaudient. I don't see or hear anything. I'm not a medium. On the right side of my ear, I hear this voice, and it says, 2 little girls. How many of you have seen The Grudge or The Ring? Mm-hmm. 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 At the foot of the bed, I saw twin girls that resembled Samara from The Ring. They both had messy hair in front of their faces, unkept, and they both had gray, bluish, cracked skin, unalived, and they were both wearing this color of dresses. I blinked. The next moment, they were chest level to me, and at the same time, they both started choking me. Being terrified is an understatement. I barely mustered up enough energy just to yell out, "Leave me alone." The next moment, they were gone. I'm sweating bullets, trying to make sense out of this, like it was just a dream. It's just a dream. I put my head back down. Not even a second later, that same story, the same voice said my name. I put my gear back on and I booked it out of that room. Never went back. That is the only time I've ever seen something really, that was supernatural. Hey, Lightbringer, good to see you. How tall you think they were? I was laying down. They were probably almost 5 feet. I couldn't see their face. Oh. I'm glad you do, Sean. I tell this story for every live. But people like it. Yes, the ghosts were Japanese. Yeah, they were about almost 5 feet. Yeah. She was reading your comment mid-sentence, Lamau. It's my ADHD that catches the attention. This is the young women taking advantage of. That's what I'm thinking too, Meredith. Yeah. What age do you think they were? Probably 11 or 12. Thank you, Martine. Yeah, so I have my theories about why they were there. Let's just say that the poster boys you see about joining the military, like, I want you to join the military, something like that. The Black Hawk Down and everything, stuff like that. Call of Duty is not real. And the military is ran by human beings, and we all know humans suck. When an enlisted person gets in trouble, everybody knows, and everyone knows, and it goes public too. Like, it goes public. If an officer messes up, they'll try their best to sweep it right under the rug, just to maintain that respect for power right there. Officers are human beings too, and are capable of the worst. So, whoever occupied that room once upon a time, my theory is that they unalived twin girls, and their energy now lingers in that ship. Ship is reduced to rubble now, thank goodness. But yeah, that's my theory about it. Even high-ranking enlisted people, they're capable of things just as bad too. When I was there, it was about probably a month before I showed up. There was a high-ranking individual. No, it was in Sasebo. There's a high-ranking individual that unalived his whole family because he went mad, and base security was chasing him on a road chase, on a car chase, and they made it to the freeway, and once he got surrounded, the guy unalived himself. So I'm pretty sure some have Copperton. I say that because who's gonna go out of their way and tell people these stories? Because, like, they're friends. Hey, so-and-so is saying this crazy stuff. I think he should be looked at, I've had some friends that were sealed up in the mental institutions when I was in the Navy. They're out now, but they're not the same anymore. So, yeah, of course. All right, up next we have Vegeta. Thank you for your patience. Hey Vegeta, welcome back.
Thank you. Hello again.
Yeah, thank you for 82,000 likes. Yes, everybody. All right, guys. You already know the rules, Vegeta. It's all you.
Oh yeah. So this actually isn't a story about me. It's actually about my wife when we were down in Colorado Springs. We were sitting at the library there off of downtown and minding our own business. Mm-hmm. And my wife goes out for a smoke break. Mm-hmm. Because she always did while me and the kids were sitting in the library. I watched them play. I play a video game, and she'd go out for her smoke break. Well, during this smoke break, she ran into this woman that looked at her and said, "By chance, is your name Denise and your last name Crespin?" And she goes, "Yes. How did you know my name?" And she goes, we know everything about you.
Ooh.
And she goes, what do you mean we? Well, when the time is right and everything goes well, you will know. My wife comes back in, tells me this stuff, and the first thing I tell her is, how did the person act? And she goes, she did not act very human-like. I was like, love, I hate to tell you, you're the first person that I know that has actually had interactions with maybe an extraterrestrial being.
Yep.
You were just, and I mean, she told her stuff about how the world was going to end, how things were going to happen, and that angels do exist, but so do extraterrestrials. Like, she was all over the page with my wife, and my wife told me all this stuff, and I was like, where am I when this stuff happens? Like, I'm the one that believes in aliens. I'm the one that believes in all this. You're a skeptic. And she's not a skeptic anymore after that, but she's gotten to see UFOs. She's gotten to see, this alien. She's been places where, she's messed with voodoo and gotten to see the evil spirits from that.
Mm-hmm.
She had a friend, his name was Wolf, and she touched his voodoo dolls. And I told her that was a big no-no. You shouldn't have done that. You don't ever touch voodoo.
Yeah, of course not, no.
Santa Maria is a bad juju thing. You don't, no.
Santa Muerte?
Yeah.
The Lady Reaper?
Oh, yeah.
Well, she's just doing her job, man. But
Oh, yeah, but, the rituals are used for what they're used for. And, when you touch other people's stuff, you're bringing that type of juju onto yourself.
yeah, I mean, yeah. Plus if it's not yours and it's someone else's energy's not going to like that,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my wife has been through a lot of paranormal. Myself, like I told you last time when I was up here, I've had my paranormal share. Me, growing up, I actually dealt with banishing demons.
Mm-hmm.
As a profession. I was heavily into Wicca, and I was studying dragon magic. There's actually a spell within dragon magic where you can use your body as a prison for evil spirits, and then just banish them away at the end of the year during the new moon.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it wasn't a grand thing, and I deal with it every once in a while, because me and my wife, her being who she is, and she likes to tamper with stuff, she brings stuff back with her sometimes.
No, for sure, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I mean, hearing your story, the first thing that came to mind was that what is it called? Sleep paralysis.
That's what a lot of people did say that. I wasn't asleep, dude.
So you weren't asleep? Yeah, because so the only other thing I can think of is that they turned around and you had a genuine experience with a demon, for sure, that was able to conjure up the spirits within the areas, because demons are all over the place, and they try their hardest, and they disguise themselves heavily. A lot of people that run into like shadow people that are the size of children, those are actually demon. They're not children.
Okay.
Children is the common thing that demons put themselves at, because of the whole factor that people are willing to trust a child.
Right. Not for sure, dude.
Yeah, so I mean, at some point, I would love to come up here with you, and then we could just discuss the paranormal back and forth, and I could let you in on a lot of stuff, because like I said, I've been studying this stuff for years within my life, and my life has been kind of dedicated to seeing what UFOs are about, cryptids, spirits, demons. I mean, I have a whole catalog of knowledge, and I've experienced a lot.
Yeah. No, we all have.
Okay.
Alright. Well, thank you for being here, Vegeta. I appreciate you.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for having me up again. I hope the stuff I've said tonight has interest you in to doing more.
For sure, man.
Okay, peace out, man.
Take care. Faye, yep. There, guys. Well, we have 20 more minutes left of the live. We're at 85,000 likes. That is record breaking already. Used to be 70,000, but now we're at 85. Just 15,000 more, guys. We're at 100,000. Okay. Well, if we have no one in the queue, I can just read an article. Okay. What's this? What is it? Greyfriars Kirkyard?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's a poltergeist in this place. Oh, excuse me. Lightbringer, let me read this article real quick, then I'll bring you up.
It's pretty short.
Good.
It doesn't. The ghost story doesn't start till like further down.
All right. All right. Okay. Poltergeist activity. You know what? I'll read this another time. I'll bring you up, Lightbringer. Hey.
Hello, Sam. How are we doing tonight?
Doing all right. Doing all right. How are you?
Did I happen to hear the missus in the background?
Yeah, she's in the background reading.
Hey, girly.
Hey.
She says hey. Anyway, well, you already know the rules, so it's all you.
So yeah, I do know the rules, and you know how I start every visit of mine. I live in the Appalachian Mountains, and if you hear something or see something outside at night, know the F you didn't. Now, I'm going to tell you one that I haven't told you before. This one's from my childhood. My sister and I have the same mom, different dads. And she's about 9 years older than I am. And one night, our stepsister decided she was going to bring home a Ouija board. Mm-hmm. Now, the reason my sister moved in with us when she did was because her biological father unalived himself. Yep. Started the car in the garage and took a nap.
Yeah.
But so we're young and dumb and playing with this board one night, and I must have been maybe 7 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So my sister would have been 16. And my stepsister would have been somewhere in the middle there, 13, 14, something like that. And they're poking around with the planchette and playing with it and fiddling, and all of a sudden my sister asks about her father.
Oh.
Uh-huh. And that's when the planchette started trying to convince them that it was her dad
Oh, wow.
speaking to them on the board.
Yeah.
And she kept asking different questions like, how did you pass? When's my birthday? When's your daughter's birthday? Stuff that he would know. And it got most of the answers right, but it kept flubbing on ones that would seem pretty common sense. Like, if you have children, you know when their birthdays are, right?
Right.
And she's very emotionally raw at this moment. And she's kind of half crying and half denying whether she actually thinks it's him or not. When all of a sudden, the planchette shoots across the room and embeds into the drywall.
Ooh.
Yeah, straight sticking out middle of the wall. My stepfather, the United States Marine, demolitions and explosives expert that served in Vietnam, came in upstairs to see the planchette in the wall, flips out, grabs the board, takes it outside, and tries to burn it.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't burn.
Yep. Sounds like a Ouija board.
It wouldn't burn, so he buried it in the backyard. And from that moment on, we had something in the house. We don't know what its actual name was, but we all called it Bob.
Bob?
Bob.
Bob, okay.
And there was a back porch door that was a very heavy wood door. But, you know, I was a little girl. I had no problem opening and closing it regularly.
Mm-hmm.
It moved very smoothly. My stepbrother, who was 10 years older than me, yeah, no, he didn't give them a chance to say goodbye. It threw the planchette before they could say goodbye, Shar. They're having, I think it was my stepbrother's graduation party. So a bunch of teenagers out in the garage, you know, getting a little messed up, having a big old party out in the garage. And somebody came in to use the bathroom, and they went to go back outside, and they tried to close the door behind them. And that big wooden door wouldn't close. And so my stepbrother, his best friend, and at least 2 or 3 of their other friends, including one guy that we called Busey, who was probably about 400 pounds by himself. All of them are standing on the inside of this door, putting their full weight against it. Nobody can get it to close.
Ooh.
It will not budge. Full weight of, a bunch of strong, young, 18, 19-year-old strapping young guys. One of them's a big 400-pound dude. All of them putting their full force against this door. Not a single one of them could budge it.
Wow.
Suddenly, my stepbrother's grandma comes out. She's 97 years old, tiny little old lady. Comes out, screams at them, hollering about them making all this noise because she's trying to sleep and they're supposed to be out in the garage having their little party. Comes out, puts 2 fingers on the door and slams it shut.
What Wow.
They all just stood there, complete jaws on the floor, dumbfounded. Because the combined, I want to say, between the 4 guys, we're talking 800-900 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Of weight being pushed against this door. None of them could budge it. She comes out 2 fingers. She's literally using a walker to get out to them. Threatening to beat them all with the walker for making so much noise. Comes out, takes 2 fingers, slams the door shut, says, "Now keep your noise out in that garage," and goes back to bed like nothing happened.
That's wow.
And they're just left standing there like, huh? Because, a keg shared among a bunch of teenagers, they're a little tipsy, but they're sober enough to realize something ain't math in here.
Yeah. I mean, my jaw's on the ground too, I'm just like, whoa, wait, what?
Right. Like, this tiny little, ancient 100 and few years old woman named Rose comes out and 2 finger closes this door like it's a feather.
Doink.
Yeah, just doink.
Yep. Well, clearly she's a very confident woman who definitely believed in herself and her strength. So
I don't know. Maybe it was that. Maybe her energy was just so strong. The ghost was like, I ain't gonna screw with her.
Nope.
Out of all the people in this house, I ain't messing with that one.
So
She's too close to meet me on my side. We're not playing that game.
yeah.
Omar Tyne was mentioning that he's never heard my other stories. If
for it.
you are in a rush, I can drop, or if you would like me to reiterate one of my other ones you've already heard, I can.
Yeah, go and reiterate them. It's fine. Yeah, guys, we're almost at 100,000 likes. We're at 94,000. Keep it going. Almost there. Love you guys. Carry on.
5.8K. 5.8K, and we'd be at 100,000.
Let's do it.
Okay. You're the one that wants to hear the stories I've already told, so I'm going to let you pick which one, Omar. Do you want the voice in the woods, or the soldier on the bridge, or the singing woman? Voice in the woods, soldier on the bridge, or the singing woman. Those are your options.
Soldier on the bridge.
Okay. Oh, but Sydney says singing.
Why not both?
Okay. So both of these stories, I was living in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, which is just a touch south of the Gettysburg battlefield. During the Civil War, they actually held the entire town hostage. The Southern soldiers held the whole town hostage. And when the town refused to pay the ransom, these Southern soldiers lit the town up. So there's a huge fire. Every year there's a reenactment. So around the beginning of July, seeing people in costumes, in full uniform, time period accurate, it's not outside the normal. You walk outside, you see people dressed in full regalia, you know?
Yeah.
So the one morning, I leave my apartment and I'm going over to the CVS to get diapers and cigarettes and whatnot, and it's about 9 o'clock in the morning. Bright, sunny day, beautiful morning. I've got my headphones on. I'm jamming out to probably Slipknot at the time. And there's this wooden bridge that would be big enough for a car, one single car, but not two. And it's not strong enough to hold the weight of a car, so it's used for foot traffic. I'm walking across the bridge, and I can feel someone else's footsteps on the bridge. So I kind of look up, and I'm trying to pay attention to my surroundings and not be completely oblivious to the world. And I see a man right in front of me, probably 10 feet, walking the opposite direction right towards me, in full military uniform, Civil War era. And I'm like, okay, I guess, there's a couple of camps nearby. They're getting ready for reenactments and whatnot. No big deal. It's not outside the norm here. I pulled one headphone out just so I can make sure I'm paying attention and everything. And we get within 2 feet of each other, and I nod my head and I say morning, and he kind of reaches up to the brim of his hat and nods his head, says, "Morning, ma'am," and walks past me, and I get this strange sensation that something is not quite right. Something about him was a little too accurate. And I think maybe it was because I couldn't feel his footsteps anymore.
Uh-huh.
Maybe that's what gave it away. But I turn around. The second he passed my peripheral vision, I turned around behind me, and he had completely just dust in the wind. If he had ran, we were in the middle of the bridge. If he had ran, I would have heard him. If he had jumped, I'd have heard a splash, I'd have heard a thud, something.
Mm-hmm.
There was absolutely no way he could have moved away from me that quickly. But somehow he just completely vanished. So I'm pretty sure I had a conversation with a Civil War soldier that day.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think you did too. Real quick, we made it past 100,000 likes, guys. I appreciate the hell out of that. Thank you so much. That is a record, 101,000.5. Thank you, guys. That's never happened
Woohoo! Keep
before.
going.
Keep your finger break if you need to, but yeah, thank you, Shar. I appreciate that. But yeah, that being said, continue, Lightbringer. The story will be the last one because I have 5 more minutes left.
Okay. We'll do the Singing Woman because it takes place in the same building. So, same building, same town. The building I lived in was originally built in between 1864 and 1865. No, 1863 and 1865, which is right smack dab in the middle of the Civil War. And it was originally the home and home office to a gentleman by the name of Dr. Culbertson. He lived and practiced on location because the hospital in town had not been built there yet. He continued to practice at this location. His son was born, his son grew up, practiced at this location. The elder Dr. Culbertson passed away there at that location. And his son continued to practice and live there until the hospital was built up the road. He then moved out. The building was remodeled into apartments, and yada yada, 150 years, I move in. I'm living on the 2nd floor, the only apartment that spans the full length, front and back of the building. And I'm living there with my, at the time, husband and our infant child, my daughter, my youngest, my little Sophia. Now, to get to Sophie's bedroom, you had to go down the hallway, and there was a door in front of you at the end of the hall that was her bedroom door. But if you immediately turned right, there was a little L-shaped turn, you could go to the bathroom. One night, I put her to bed, as usual, and an hour or so later, I had to use the restroom. So I got up, and I walked down the hallway, and I kind of paused at her bedroom door for just a moment to listen and make sure she's not in there fussing or, making any inappropriate noises, being noisy. She's in there sleeping like she should be. When I start to hear a strange melody, and it sounds almost like singing. And okay, logical brain says, hey, you live in an apartment. Maybe somebody else in the building's got a radio on or something like that. Let's not jump to supernatural conclusions all at once. So I lean in a little closer and I'm listening, and it sounds funny because there's no background music. It's just a cappella vocals, and it's not a song that I recognize. So I get curious, and I kind of slowly, exactly, Sydney, so I slowly start to turn my daughter's door handle, and as I kind of slowly open the door, just peeking in, making sure she's okay, standing next to her crib is a woman with one hand on the railing and the other, and she's leaned over the crib as if she's stroking her fingers along my daughter's cheek, but she's got her back to me. And as I open the door a little further, she stands straight up, turns to face me, and vanishes right in front of my eyes. I checked on my daughter. She was perfectly fine. As the woman vanished, the singing stopped. So I said, okay. The next day, I had my husband hold our daughter out in the living room. I went into the bedroom, and I announced very clearly, this may have been your home before. This is my home now. if you are kind and comforting to my child, we can happily coexist. However, I find one scratch, bruise, or tear on my child caused by you, I will sage you back to the 1800s, sweetheart. And I never had a problem with her. I would occasionally hear the singing. My daughter was happy to be put to bed because she got her little lullabies, and eventually it just slowly stopped. Never heard again. My daughter is now 15. She'll be 16 in December. So
Wow.
this was about 14 years ago.
Wow. Well, thank you for sharing your story. That one never
Of
gets
course.
old. That one never gets old.
I will drop down and let you say your goodnights.
All right. Take care, Lightbringer.
Of course, dear. Have a good night.
All right. All right, guys. We reached the end of the live, and holy cow, 106.7 thousand likes. That is, I've never had that much likes before. Even when my live was trending at one point, never got there. Alicia, thank you for the follow. But yeah, I'll be taking a long break on the weekend, and I'll get right back to it on Omartine, stop. You don't have to keep tapping that screen. Don't hurt yourself, dude. But yeah, guys, I'm live from Tuesdays to Fridays, 7 p.m. Pacific time to 9 p.m. Pacific time. For sure, bro. And yeah. So I usually conclude with these two messages. The first message is, if you're going through a severe mental health crisis, contact the hotline 988. The reason why I bring this up is because when I first started doing lives, one of my followers that I met on here, TikTok Live, never met her in person, she was ready to do this to herself. And she contacted me, and she's still with us, thankfully. But I had to tell her, look, I'm flattered that you feel comfortable enough to share this stuff with me, but I'm not a professional. I'm not professionally equipped to handle this. These people are right here, 988. I've called them in the past when I was going through my own stuff, and they're the sweetest people you ever talk to, really. They're not there to label you, diagnose you, judge you, or anything like that. No, they're just there to hear you out. They're there to make sure to keep your feet on the ground and you make it through the night. So, don't message me if you're going through a mental health crisis. Contact 988. It's the National Cell Phone Alive hotline. And my final message: break the chains that bind you. Keep moving forward in life, even if it's just baby steps. Look at yourself in the mirror and be proud of how far you made it, and show yourself the love for it. You owe it to you to not let the thoughts win. Live with conviction. And remember, it can't rain all the time. You guys have a wonderful night. I'll see you guys Tuesday. If you guys see me randomly up at night, like in the late hours, it's because I can't sleep and I'm live and I feel like going live. Alright guys, 108,000. That is insane. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful night. My phone is hot.
Hot, huh?
Yep.
He's been working hard.